Hi lovelies, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. Alright lovelies, let's dive into this video.
I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where this impact factory company is actually receiving backlash for unaliveness of their workers because of this hurricane that just passed. And this got a lot of people reacting to the fact that this is how workers are being treated. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together because the CEO was actually out to give his own speech. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. Alright lovelies, let's dive into it.
So Impact Plastics murdered 6 individuals that worked on their first shift because the companies was so money hungry. When the storm started in Tennessee, they wouldn't let them leave and go home. Check it out.
6 from Impact Plastics. We lost 6 people. And that was all on first shift. Why'd you make us work that day? Why? We shouldn't have worked. We shouldn't have been there. None of us should have been there. Why did you make us work when you knew you said in the statement you were monitoring it? Why'd you make us stay and work? It broke my heart to see that they died and that they didn't make it. All because of greed, I think. They shouldn't have ever made us go into work that day. And it breaks my heart for them people that we lost. They were good. Every one of them were good people. I said, can we leave? And the woman said, no, not until I speak with Jerry. About 10 minutes later, she came back and said, y'all can leave. We had one way in, one way out. And when they told us we could leave, the one way out was blocked off. We didn't know what to do. We were in panic mode. So the water was coming up, and then we did what we had to.
The bosses left but told the workers that if they didn't come in during a hurricane, they would be fired. The bosses left but told the workers that if they left before the floodwaters got waist high, that they would be fired. The bosses left but told the workers to pick between their lives and their livelihoods, and the workers lost their lives. This is a story coming out of Tennessee. Impact Plastics. Family members of missing people are claiming that their family members went into work because they were told that they had to, and now they are missing. 5 of them are confirmed dead. And what is occurring and what is pissing me off so bad right now is that the bosses are alive to tell the tale. They put out a statement categorically denying the allegations, saying that they told them to leave. They had a translator, they had somebody saying it in English, they had somebody saying it in Spanish. But what I will say is, if what the family members and if what people are saying is true, and the bosses decided to jeopardize the lives of workers just to make an extra dollar, I hope they lose everything they have, and I hope they rot in a prison cell. Workers are not expendable, okay? Workers are not pawns for you to use just so you can stuff your pockets. Our lives have value. Our lives matter. I truly hope that the people that are currently missing are found. Hurricane Helene wreaked havoc all over the southeast. There are parts of Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina that will never be the same because of the storm. There are people dead, people that have lost everything, and I truly hope that they find these people out in Tennessee.
That employees were told to leave the plant at least 45 minutes before the gigantic force of the flood hit the industrial park. There was time to escape. Employees were not told at any time that they would be fired if they left the plant. After checking to make sure everyone was out of our plant and to rescue important files, I was one of the last people to leave the plant and luckily escape. To our knowledge, no one perished while on company property.
Why is nobody talking about how much bombing excessively is accelerating climate change? Because what do you mean the desert is awash with floodwater? What do you mean by that?
Shocking story from workers who survived Hurricane Helene's flooding in East Tennessee. The rising waters overtook a plastic factory and swept away nearly a dozen employees. At least 2 of them have died and 4 are still missing. An investigation is now underway because the survivors say they were told to stay on the job as the dangers grew.
This is video Robert Jarvis says he took last Friday as water started to rise outside the Impact Plastics factory in Tennessee, where he worked. Despite the threat of flooding, Jarvis says his manager initially told employees they could not leave. He says it wasn't until the plant lost power and the water kept rising they were finally told to go home.
Water was up my waist. Everybody was in pure panic mode, not knowing what to do. We had no evacuation plan whatsoever.
The AP reports 4 of his co-workers are missing after a truck they were in tipped over in the raging floodwaters. 2 employees have been confirmed dead. This video shows one person holding onto spools of yellow pipes waiting to be rescued. Days after the flooding, families of the missing are furious.
The families of Lydia and Rosa still have no answers. Search and rescue has not been clear. They are Tennesseans too. They need answers. Their families deserve respect.
In a statement, Impact Plastics said at no time were employees told that they would be fired if they left the facility.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Workers at the Impact Plastic plant in Tennessee were made to come in on the day that Hurricane Helene hit. They were released from work when the plant shut down due to power outages, but the floodwaters had already risen so high that some of them could not escape. Now 6 of them are missing. And it's fucking disgusting. And that's just one more example of how horribly workers are treated in the United States. At the same time as this, the longshoremen are going on strike. They have authorized the strike as of midnight Eastern Standard Time tonight. This means you're about to be flooded with a bunch of anti-union, anti-worker media in your news media and on your social media. Wherever you get it from. We're gonna see the bought out influencers saying some ridiculous shit. We're gonna see the news media saying some ridiculous shit. They are going to try and blame this on the workers. Look at Impact Plastics. Look at the burning chemical plant in Atlanta. You think that was because of worker negligence? No, that was because the corporation that pays them cuts corners and has for decades. Bunch of news articles about this. They've had this exact problem multiple times during hurricanes before. If we want shit like this to stop happening, we have to support workers' rights in this country. Yeah, the news media is gonna say that they're the problem. You know who owns the news media? The same conglomerates that those unions are negotiating against. If they win, all workers win. And my heart goes out to the Impact Plastic workers. They had no fucking right to do that to y'all.
I am so angry right now I could cry. This company, Impact Plastics in Irwin, Tennessee, forced their employees to come into work even though there was an impending hurricane.
Why'd you make us work that day? Why? We shouldn't have worked. We shouldn't have been there. None of us should have been there.
And that man was one of the lucky ones to get out. However, several of his co-workers, all Latino women, are still missing. Several other employees are dead. And the part that pisses me off the most is the fact the fucking managers left and told the employees to stay, saying they would lose their jobs. Irwin, Texas is a population of about 6,000 people. If you lose your job, you are not going to be able to find another one easily. Now, the company claims they never forced anyone to stay or threatened their jobs. And for their non-English speaking employees, bilingual employees were among the group of managers who delivered the message. But apparently by the time the employees were released, it wasn't until the plant lost power and the parking lot was covered in water along with the adjacent road. The families of these workers were receiving FaceTime calls telling them that they were on top of a trailer and the floodwaters were rising and to say goodbye and tell them that they loved them. Impact Plastics waited until it was life-threatening conditions to send their employees home. And the fucked up part is we don't have laws preventing this. Sure, there's OSHA, that's the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, but they deal more with unsafe working conditions, long-term things. There are no federal regulations about putting your employees in the arms of a natural disaster. Now, of course, the family members of the missing people have completely different stories than what the corporation says happened. One of their sons said that the managers weren't telling them anything. They weren't giving them up-to-date information. And other family members on Facebook are saying they weren't let go when the parking lot was just covered in water. They weren't let go until they were waist deep in water. And yes, an asshole would say they could have left whenever they wanted. But when you live in a small town, have a decent paying job, and have a family to provide for, you have to think about what happens after the hurricane. No one knew how bad this was going to be. But I have personally witnessed corporations literally hold employees, force them to work during dangerous situations, shattering the doors around the window, and made us keep working. I don't give a fuck about this company. I don't give a fuck about their lost profits. I give a fuck about the people that probably died because of them.
The bosses told the employees in Tennessee, if you don't come to work, even though the hurricane's coming, you will be fired. The bosses then told them that if they left early, they would be fired. Followed that with, if you leave before the water is waist deep, you'll get fired. This story needs news. This is out of Tennessee. The company's name is Impact Plastics. This is something you have to share. We have to get the word out. The bosses made them choose between their lives to try and secure more profit before the hurricane came in. The bosses all left. They're all alive. The people that are missing are the workers that were at the factory. The wives of these workers are the ones making some noise on Facebook, in Facebook groups. We need to get this out there. Impact Plastics, they gambled with these people's lives for profit. And now they're out saying we didn't do anything wrong. We told them they could leave. We didn't tell them they had to come. We had translators. We put the messages out in English and in Spanish. Now they're trying to cover their asses. But we need to spread this, and we need to make people aware of what Impact Plastics out of Tennessee did to their workers. Do me a favor, share this content, repost it, use it in duets, do whatever you have to.
Man, I'm gonna keep this short and brief. Protect yourself at all times, man. I know times is hard, and you know some of us need money, and we got bills, we got responsibilities and everything like that. But when it come down to your life, you can't get another one of them. You can get another job. I know the economy is fucked up, times is hard. You can get another job. Don't let none of these companies, man, run your life. You are not a slave. That shit is dead. That shit is over. You know what I'm saying? When it come down to my safety, my family, my life, gonna always come before any company I work for. Let that be known. Okay? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Look out for yourself, because they gonna just replace them people.
Like, seriously, lovely, some employee can actually be so devilish. So because of this hurricane that's been going on, and all of the media like telling people be safe, make sure you go to a safe place, make sure like try as much as you can to live, to succeed, leave all of the places that's been affected. And this employee decided that he was not going to allow the workers to leave. He even went ahead to tell them that if they leave, they're gonna lose their job, which he's now, debunking on the claim. Like, I don't understand. He have to wait until 48 hours or 46 hours before he could allow them to leave. Which actually resulted to about 6 people losing their lives because they are looking for a way to survive. They are looking for a means to survive. And at the cost of that, they actually lose their life. And he's out there talking about how he never threatened anyone's job. How could this be? Like, it's actually come to my attention that this was actually, some Hispanic families and all of that. Like, seriously, this is so heartbreaking that with all of the things that the media have been announcing, trying to make people to maybe stay in a safe place, not even to go to work, schools were shut down, but this particular person decided that the life of, has nothing, All he cares is his cash, his money. He don't care if you guys have to like, and these people really need to do that. They really need to go to these jobs because they don't want their jobs to be taken away from them. They actually want to keep on feeding their families, providing for themselves and all of that. This is the reason why they have to continue, going to these jobs. Like with hurricane that is actually 100% not detectable, you are telling these people 48 hours of either 44 hours before they can, and that was how this thing have to hit these people, and 4 people is already confirmed alive and 2 is still not been seen. Like, seriously, this is why you actually have to do the jobs you can and leave the rest. Most of these employees don't even care about you. They don't care about, your safety. They don't care about what you do. What they only care about is your services. If you end up losing it all, they will replace you in minutes. So why risking your life? Why? I totally understand the fact that things are tight. Things are actually, they have to and the way at which he even, talk about taking their jobs. Well, the thing is that is someone that is lived, that is someone that is alive, that has the ability to work again. Because these people will just make you will lose your life, you lose everything about yourself, and before you know it, it's not even going to be 2 days, they will replace you with someone else. But you've been there putting all of your whole at risk in order to, this is just so heartbreaking. This is the reason why a lot of people are tired. People are tired of quitting. People are tired of their, jobs and trying to do something else. Because the way at which these employees, the way at which they treat these workers is just something not to write home about. Nobody cares about your personal, struggles. Everybody just cares on how you're going to, how to use you. Seriously, lovely. When I saw this video, I really felt for the families. Just imagine a mother, leaving the home and going to work, and the other lady that spoke to the son and thought, oh my God, I can't even imagine, the fact that her children will probably be waiting for mama to come back and she's not. Oh my goodness. Seriously. First of all, we really need to, put ourselves first before any other person. Highest, they are just going to talk, but the living, have to struggle to live another day. These people do not care. The only thing they will do is to come out here, talk and blame you that is already deceased. Look at Sonia Massive right now, That is why I keep saying, I know that this world is, but everyone should just actually try to put themselves first. Because these people don't care. They don't. I really feel for this family. When I saw this video, I just, thought that I was just going to put it up here because you wouldn't know who might need it, who might be facing 1 or 2 challenges in workplace, that might probably want to put his or her life at stake in one company that does not even care about you. You have to be strong. You have to live before you will be able to work, Anyway, lovelies, why not just, leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes, and if you've not subscribed to this channel up to this extent, please do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.
I've watched up to this extent. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.